Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth Pregame.
Hey, is this thing on? Hello, testing.
No debate, cause it's over. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant.
What's up, Twitter world? There's my little OJ.
He's got an autographed OJ photo.
Has anybody heard the story about the Glizzy guy?
He fits today's generation.
Oh yeah, speaking of lady basketball players, Lola Bunny, bonkable. Yes or no?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We've made it. It's been a long few months since we had to watch Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift kiss after a Super Bowl victory. But the dark days are over. The NFL season starts tonight with those very same Chiefs starting off against the team that could not remember they could run the football in the Baltimore Ravens. That game kicks off in about an hour and 15 minutes. That being said, we have an amazing show for you guys today. NFL season's back. We have a fully loaded six-pack. And obviously during the season, we're going to have some surprise guests coming on, some new and improved, and some new faces. But we have some old faces coming on today. All that aside, I am very grateful to do the show tonight. I apologize for the 2-minute delay. My truck, everyone knows Big Green, old Jade, my Silverado. I'm going on vacation a week. Korner Booth live from Martha's Vineyard, as I do every year. Yeah, I got a sticky caliper on my truck. So that'll be a nice phone call to the dealership for the 15th time. But apparently it's under my warranty. So it'll just be a timing issue. But we'll figure that out as we get along. Enough of my BS aside. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here, and it is time, thank God. But another person who's happy the season's getting started, his team starts again on a Monday night, but let's hope not to the same avail. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host, my college friend, a Jets fan, a Yankees fan, Anthony's father, and the host of the rejuvenated segment, Bets with Swaggo. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew, Jake Smigglesworth, or Dazzo.
The amount of tequila that I will be chugging if Leonard Floyd once again sacks Aaron Rodgers and tears his Achilles, I will be the new spokesperson for Terramana, not because I want to be, but because I am the one funding them.
Basically nail cleaner, but okay.
Yeah, no. Nail cleaner straight down the pipe if there's some sort of deja vu. They asked Robert Saleh what he felt, are you going to have a breath of fresh air, a sigh of relief once you get to that fifth play? And he was like, yeah, if lightning strikes, and he was like, you know what? Never mind. He was like, just leave it alone. Don't talk about it. It won't happen if you don't talk about it.
Exactly. That's the best way to look at it. Like, we have both had weird seasons for our football team. My team started off 9-0 or something, 9-1, 10-1, whatever. Then proceeded to lose 6 out of their last 7 or 5 out of the last 6, whatever it was. And leading to one of the worst holiday seasons of my lifetime. But it's a new year. New coaches. Brian Johnson has been sent to the shadow realm of the NFL, a.k.a. the Carolina Panthers or something. I don't know.
I have not heard nor have I seen Nate Hackett anywhere. Social media, nothing. So I know he's there, but I don't know he's there. That's fine with me.
He's no longer in your coaching staff, though.
No, he is. He is.
Well, maybe that's a
They tried to replace him. They couldn't do it, so they kept him. But I don't know if that man exists.
I know. We got guests introduced, though. This man does exist. He has mysteriously missed our podcast about 7 or 8 times in the last month. I've invited him. He's a former Belly Up man himself. He is a Midwestern gentleman. He is the host of Rising to the Occasion and a diehard Sooners fan. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Josh Mahler.
How are we doing, guys? I promise I did not intentionally miss your podcast several times. Just crazy schedules, crazy times, especially like a few months back, all the storms and stuff make my job a lot more hectic. So, yeah, it's been fun out here. But how you guys been?
We're good, man.
Good.
I mean,
Hey, have you seen your recent program visit in Booby Feaster?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's supposed to be at the game tomorrow, or
What
let's
a
see, on
name.
Saturday. So yeah, amazing name.
You don't have General Booty still, do you?
No, we got rid of him, but hey, he
he is
had a
a
great
rigid
weekend.
Cajun now.
Yeah,
I
well,
know.
no, he went to ULM and he had a great weekend, a great win. And I didn't expect them to pull off the win, but he looked pretty good. So General Booty, I'll still support him.
Could you just imagine if you had a team with General Booty and Booby Feaster, the Booty Connect?
So
Like
we
the
used to have a
jokes.
guy. I'm trying to remember his first name now, but his last name was Eaton. Eaton. So
Yeah.
they put both of them next to each other. Eaton Booty.
Oh man.
Hey, what are you doing tonight? All right.
This is good stuff.
I made a joke just like this guy would. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, our resident comedian. He's made Shane Gillis laugh. He's a Philadelphia celebrity. His name changes weekly. 1 week it's LaCrispy. Next weekend it's the legend of Melvin Dew. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Lipoff.
Yeah, what's up, fellas?
How
Hey,
you doing,
Josh.
buddy?
Doing okay, dude. I got a 13-legger rolling right now.
Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
I can't wait till we get our I've been working on getting a gambling expert that I actually made connections
Come to
with.
me. Come to me. I'm your guy.
Yeah, he's gonna take 2 looks at you and smack you through the screen. But
Sorry with me. It's winners only season.
yeah, I know. I love it. Speaking of winners, ladies and gentlemen, also joining us at 10 minutes into the show, this might be a record for him. He is the Hunter Renfroe stunt double. Maybe he can get him finally signed. He is also the co-host of High Low Sports. I have also made the jokes before that him and Josh might be secretly cousins. He is also one of the smartest men I know and did a very good interview with Marcus Grant when we were at the Fantasy Football Expo together. Ladies and gentlemen, my man, DJ Stewart.
Is it because both Josh and I are white? Is that why you presume we all look alike?
Well,
too?
I mean,
Is that what it
also,
is?
exactly what it is.
It was maybe the body shape and body fat content jokes were there as well. I mean, you're also
skim milk. Is that what you're trying to get at now?
You're also an elderly gentleman, and Josh is younger than both of us. So
I was to say, like, I'm old enough to be his dad at this point. So I mean, you got the wrong lineage going.
well,
here.
I mean, the first time me and Josh had a conversation, he was like 3 years younger than me. I was like, wait, what? He handles himself like he's my age, but then again, I don't really handle myself like my age anyway.
I'm glad you said it.
Hey, listen, I handle myself okay, except for me like cursing out my truck, even though it's an inanimate object. But that's a whole different story.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch that one. I'll let someone at Chris. That's your territory. With your 13-legger, that's your territory.
Oh yeah,
It looks like Santa's naughty and nice list. I mean, it's long.
Oh boy.
And our final member of this 6-leg panel tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our producer in the background has been kicking butt, getting all the games up and running for the banners. He is a underdog man. He is a Giants fan. Well, I mean, they also guess it makes him an underdog to begin with. He's also loves the A's and the Phillies. He is our producer extraordinaire who, by the way, just watch out. He will say something that might get us canceled. Ladies and gentlemen, Nate Wynn.
What would I say?
You've said things in the past where I've had to like actually double take. I more or less it's gonna be me or Chris who says something that gets us canceled, but at the same time, I think we'll be okay.
I hope so. We'll be fine.
Listen,
I'm calm today. I'm good.
Listen, no, Kevin's not on the show today, so we don't have to worry about getting canceled. Shout out to when he made Zach Keelman almost leave the show mid-segment. The Joe Paterno jokes. If you don't know what we're talking about, go back 2 years from today. Matt, I think that was one of Matt's first shows he watched. This is before Matt even joined the show.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was like right before you joined. But Josh, I don't even think you were belly up yet. But basically, he questioned Joe Paterno's location during a certain time period where a certain ethnic group of people were getting massacred in a certain continent by a certain group. And I said, I'm like, Kevin, that was the first time I've kicked him off air. I'm like, no, this is bad.
I don't know. Nathan did call himself Young Hookoo's cousin during our fantasy football live.
Yeah,
stream.
dang
He might pull
right.
something
I
out. He
cannot
might-
wait to see him on Sunday, baby. Man, our cousin.
Nate is
man.
Nate's the guy that
did
says
Brent
what we
say
think.
Was it about you, Nate, or was it about Young Wei Koo? I can't remember what
It was about him, but when they were talking about it, I was like, that's my cousin because we look the same. Well, similar.
Leave it to the middle-aged Canadian to say something that would get us canceled.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
ping
great.
pong. I remember that.
That was
Damn.
fantastic.
And it was completely off the cuff. That's the best part about it. But, gentlemen, we got an amazing show today. We have a loaded
Just going to
six-pack.
hell.
I am not taking a gimme this week. I've made the sweeping decision after the embarrassment that Virginia Tech caused me. So we're back to our new rule. Unless they have this on their helmet, I don't bet on them in the six-pack. There's my rule. ACC can kiss my ass. No ACC betting. I should have learned my lesson after going 0-3 betting on the ACC last year. I'm never doing that again.
Until next week.
No, because honestly, like now I've never been in last place in the six-pack competition in the 4 years we've done this. So I'm a little embarrassed to be in last place.
Yeah, I've said that about the UFC so many times, and
Hmm.
I keep on not learning my lesson, thinking that, hey, this is an easy enough one. I'll take this bet, and then sure
you
enough,
have
I'm
nobody in your
always
show
wrong.
to talk you out of it. Well, then again, neither do I. Mean, Matt's semi a voice of reason. Nate and Chris will just egg me on because they know they can get some free points out of it.
Mm-hmm.
That was me with Israel Adesanya and Sean Strickland. Oh, easy money. Oh, and now I'm broke.
That was me with
don't even
Izzy
get me
and Drakus.
started.
Mhm.
Don't even get me started. Drakus is probably the worst striker I've ever seen, but he's got such heavy hands. He is the sloppiest, ugliest striker, but he's got the heaviest freaking hands. I'm still upset at that. And then they chopped it up. They chopped it up like all buddies, and they're like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean for it to come off." I'm like, "No, I don't want like closure. I want you to just lose." Sorry, I love UFC, and I really just, oh man, I'm not over that one.
No,
Dude,
it's
I would've
okay.
bet on the
I'm going through my list of the 5 fantasy teams I'm on to make sure I don't have any Ravens or Chiefs playing tonight.
Oh man, your stress level is going to be going through the roof.
I mean, I think the only one I have is in our super team league. I have Derrick Henry.
I have 7 leagues.
Holy smokes, Nate! Aren't you in like 15?
What, fantasy leagues?
Yeah.
I'm in like 10, so I can't.
A few for I'm about like 12, 13. I don't know why. I did some for Belia for charity, and then I realized that I had other people who wanted me to join theirs. So
I think it's an addiction.
I got to check my lineup.
I didn't even try. I told myself I was gonna do like 1 or 2 this year, and then
that was a little shit. You didn't say.
Yeah, I mean, like the only one right now, I think the only one I have is I have Derrick Henry in our super team league, and that's it. I don't think I have any other Ravens or Chiefs, which is honestly kind of an accomplishment.
I have so many people playing tonight.
Yeah,
I think I have.
Brown, but he's injured.
I have
like the one that Mike blackmailed me into joining for the fantasy league, where basically we had a screaming match in the freaking group chat. Yeah,
I've got Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Pacheco, and Harrison Butker playing tonight in our league.
Yeah, no, I got nobody in there, so I'm good. It's just Derrick Henry. But hey, listen, go Derrick Henry, right? Go King Henry. But gentlemen, we've made it. Josh, I know you missed out last week, so quick thoughts on your Sooners steamrolling Chris's Temple Owls. 2, thank you again. You were the first one to tell me that Cam Ward was that dude, and I was blown away. And as DJ and Matt and Chris can attest to in the belly up group in one of our group chats, where basically I was getting heckled after Cam Ward threw his first pick. But then when you do a 360 spin and backdoor fade one in the back of the end zone, I just sat there just loving life. So, I mean, thank you for that, sir.
Yeah, well, yeah. First off, with the Sooners, 51-3, that was just a great one to go and witness the first time as an SEC team to play. So that was really fun to see. And it's a defense that you can stand behind. And a lot of people want to criticize the offensive line, who didn't play at least like 3 of their starters and just kind of chilling, like, let's take it easy. So, ultimately super happy with the team right now. We'll see as time progresses, but with your Hurricanes, I'm kind of confused right now. I'm not really sure whether to think that they're as good as I really anticipate them being, or if Florida was just that bad, because Florida did not look good. And of course, losing Graham Mertz. So I'm back and forth, but yes, Cam Ward is that guy. I mean, Cam Ward, you can trust him. He's going to be a good quarterback, but does he have the weapons around him? That's the big thing that I'm concerned with going forward.
Restrepo and George are proven. They're both great receivers.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is this kid out of Houston, Sam Brown, is he up to the billing. They did lose my boy. I think it's Coleman, his last name, Corey Coleman. That's what it is, Corey Coleman. Big dude. He went to Georgia. Once again, Georgia plucking our receivers. Shout out to Lawrence Cager. I'm very interested to see, like you said, we also have Elijah Arroyo, who's a very highly touted tight end. We have a bunch, and Damian Martinez. The weapons are there. Are they going to show up? The offensive line looked like an SEC quality offensive line. The defense played the secondary, which I thought was going to be our weakest part, was far and away maybe the most entertaining part of the defense. So
the biggest thing for the Hurricanes right now, I think, is did Mario Cristobal learn his lesson from the Georgia Tech game last year? Did he learn his lesson? Because I mean that was the one that bit him. But there was several other games where there were several other games where coaching decisions lost the games. You didn't. It's not that the other team won; it's that coaching decisions lost the game for him several times last year.
He pulled Damian Martinez. He pulled Cam Ward. That's where I'm like, oh, he's learning. Injuries are bad. I mean, listen, Mario's a meathead, man. He is an ex-O lineman. He looks like a strength and conditioning coach, not a head coach. But I'm telling you, I think he is learning. It just took him a while. But we've talked about the Hurricanes ad nauseum. They're not in our six-pack tonight, so we won't get into it that much. If I was taking a gimme, they are my gimme over UAB. But I am taking an upset this week. So that being said, gentlemen, we'll talk about the six-pack in a minute. Let's talk about tonight's game. It is in the six-pack, so we'll do things a little out of order tonight. So we will pick this one game earlier than later because obviously Josh has to leave at 8 o'clock, and the game kicks off at, I believe, 8:15, 8:25. Baltimore coming off of the team that eliminated them where they forgot to run the football. Now you have basically a defensive end standing behind Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson and them boys. They also went out and got one of the sleepers of the draft in my boy Quantez Walker. I think is one of the most talented receivers in the draft if he can hang on to the football. And they still have Zay Flowers, who somehow didn't get suspended. Mark Andrews is healthy. Rashad Bateman's back. Lamar's got the weapons, kids. It's now or never. And apparently Keaton Mitchell is going to heal faster than we thought he did. So he might be back by week 5 or 6. Look, this is the year where Lamar has to do it. Like, he's had 2 MVP seasons. I don't care about the regular season for him anymore. It's almost a guarantee he will be, at least in my opinion, in the playoffs as a wild card team or a division winner. What do you do once you get in there? Because now the AFC not only has 3 teams ahead of them, maybe 4 if you count Matt's Jets, if Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy, and possibly the Bills. I don't know what they have in their receiving core. Them and the Dolphins are kind of just odd to me, but Texans, Chiefs, and of course the Bengals. This is it. Lamar's window of being able to run through the AFC where all he has to worry about Patty, that window is kind of weird now. I think this is where we prove, like, are you actually a top 5 quarterback or do you just are a good regular season quarterback? So thoughts on tonight's game, gentlemen. DJ, I'll start with you. What are you thinking about tonight's game? What are you looking for?
Well, we'll start with I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball at all. I think the Chiefs are going to put up a brick wall and basically dare them to throw the ball. I don't think they're going to let Derrick Henry get off, so that's where I think we'll be curious to see how they match up. I'm curious what their defense does without L'Jarius Sneed now. Obviously, you still have Trey McDuffie, all-pro corner, but L'Jarius Sneed's ability to just beat the living piss out of the other team's receivers off the line. No other corner in the league can do that like he does, where he can get into a fist fight and jam people. We saw him throw Tyreek Hill for fun, and he's not scared to jam Tyreek because he can run with him. He will fight Roma Dunze-size guys on the outside. So I'm curious how that's going to change Spagnuolo's defense. That being said, as you mentioned, the Ravens, last year's kind of the year. Like, I mean, everything kind of lined up perfectly. The Chiefs were dumping on themselves. You're the number 1 seed. They had to come to Baltimore. Best defense coordinator, MVP Lamar. You kind of fell apart at the end. I know it's not an AFC Championship game hangover. That's not really a thing like the Super Bowl hangover. But I think that could be something that comes into play if they don't come out guns blazing tonight. They got to come out guns blazing tonight. But I don't think it's going to happen. It's a little rainy in Kansas City. It's not ideal. So I think it's going to be a bit of a rough season for the Ravens. They'll still be fine. I just don't think they're going to be the Ravens. One step forward, one step back. One step forward, one step back. So I think it could be a shakier season for them if they don't come out guns blazing today.
There you go, Maddie.
I'm curious to see what this offense of the Ravens is going to look like. DJ was saying that Chiefs front is going to be tough. I want to see how Derrick Henry works with the system. I want to see if they can get him going, get the run game going. I'm curious to see what Lamar is going to look like in the passing game. So, it's not like it was a big loss, but you lose Odell Beckham. Now you have Zay Flowers, and you're back to square one. You have Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman. And if I keep hearing every year somebody says Rashad Bateman's going to break out, I've been hearing that since his rookie year, and I have not seen it yet, and I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm actually looking to see how they're going to function offense in the air. I'm assuming they're obviously going to be using Zay Flowers. I'm looking to see if they're going to do a lot of 2 tight end formations with Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews. We saw how effective Likely was last year when Andrews is absent. So I want to see how they work those 2 guys in with the offense, Zay Flowers. I'm just interested in seeing how they're going to function on offense. I already know what the Chiefs are going to do. They're going to get the ball to Pacheco, Kelsey, and Flowers. No Hollywood Brown. They're probably going to get Worthy in there. It's going to be just an offensive day for the Chiefs. We all know they're going to put up at least 24 points minimum. I am looking at the history. The Chiefs in the Patrick Mahomes era are 5-1 in Week 1 games since he's been starting. So I think they're going to wind up going 6-1 after tonight. I think the Chiefs. Not saying it's going to be easy, but I think the Chiefs win this game. But I'm just curious to see how the Ravens are going to function on offense. They lost 40% of their offensive line in free agency to the Jets. And they did draft Rosengarten, who I did like that pick. So I'm just curious to see how they're going to function as an offense. But overall, I have the Chiefs winning this one.
There you go, Matt. So that's your official 6-pack pick. You're going to roll with that one?
Oh, I'm rolling with that one.
All right. Well, I mean, we're already splitting already because I'm taking the Ravens. I think that Super Bowl hangover is always a real thing in the opener. I think it's what is it? Since 2015, only 3 teams that won the Super Bowl who are in the opener win. I think it's the Eagles and Patriots once, and I think the Chiefs 2 years ago. But it's not generally they always the Chiefs especially have lost the opener. I think twice now. So it'll be definitely interesting to see. I think the Ravens are going to come out guns ablazing, like you said. Chrissy, I see the bird shirt, brother. I know we're going to talk about apparently what you ate for dinner last night, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
I had a Lunchables.
We were supposed to guess.
Well, I had something else too.
No, all right.
Beer.
Okay. So, I have the same take about Lamar. He's a regular season quarterback. Doesn't really show up in the playoffs. His arm just completely disappears. He's got a 1-3 record against the Chiefs in the regular season. 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in the 4 games they played. It's in Kansas City. I am taking KC. I do believe the Super Bowl hangover is real. Mm-hmm. But again, KC is KC. We've seen what they've been for the past 5-6 years. I mean, they're a team to reckon with. They're a dynasty. Can't stand them, but they're winners. So I'm going to take KC if we're going to fast forward to the 6-pack.
We'll obviously do our picks early because I know the game starts early. I already put my parlay in this morning.
Dude, I'm running with 4 of them right now, dude. I'm getting happy right now. It's scary.
Oh no, I haven't done any comp saving college for Saturday. My biggest mistake was looping a bunch of parlays in with Colorado and North Dakota State last week, and they all blew up, and it killed my wallet on DraftKings. My $30 I'd made off of Georgia Tech upsetting Florida State was gone. I'm down in my last 15. And I was like, no. Dude, and then on Fanatics Sportsbook, by the way, not a bad sportsbook. Got to throw them some credit. I ended up making $45 on Boston College upsetting Florida State. So on a $3 bet, I was hype as hell. I think it was a matched bet from the parlay that blew up on Saturday. And I threw it in, and I said, screw it. I got a bonus here already. We throw a $5 free bet on here. And I walked through with $40. I was just high-stepping into work on Tuesday. I'm like, yes, sir. I didn't completely lose all my money this weekend.
Dude, I just parlayed women's UFC, women's basketball, and the Chiefs.
Who'd you pick for women's UFC?
Let me go back to it. Hold on.
You don't even know who it was. You're literally shooting.
I'm blind
from
betting.
something.
I'm blind. It's the best betting to do. Blind betting.
Like
You
shooting
don't
something
know.
that can right now.
Russian soccer with the NFL. All right.
Yeah, I got up at 6 a.m. for FC Moscow, but
Nice.
Alexa Grasso. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
That
She's
name
good.
rules.
I was gonna say
that's very
between
good
Matt
pick.
and Josh, somebody can figure this out.
That's a very good pick. I should feel good about that one.
Really?
Who's she fighting?
I got to go back.
No,
All right, well, he's looking that up. Josh, thoughts on this game? What are you thinking?
Women's cricket.
Don't do it.
Stop it.
Ireland.
Ultimately, what I'm looking at, I mean, you've got the Kansas City Chiefs, who are going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. I do like, obviously, I'm going to throw out my Sooners that they pick up with Samaje Perine and Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown out for this game, obviously. But Rashee Rice should be playing, right? Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you still got Rashee Rice. And then if you do end up throwing Xavier Worthy in there, once Hollywood Brown is healthy, this is the fastest wide receiver core now because the Dolphins only have 2 guys. The Chiefs have 3 guys now. So if you're going like overall accumulative speed, this is the fastest wide receiver core. That's scary. Just play cover 3 all game, I guess. But yeah, it's really crazy. And then of course, adding Juju Smith-Schuster back to the roster kind of gives you a guy that might be able to run some routes. And then of course, you've got your guy in Travis Kelce. You're going to have that sure target in the middle of the field. I just don't really know what the Ravens defense is going to do to slow this offense down. And it's in Arrowhead Stadium. That's why I give the slight over to Kansas City. I do want to see how Derrick Henry works with that offense and how they're going to use him because he's a lot different than the backs they've had in the past since like Mark Ingram, maybe. And so he's that guy that's going to be able to bulldoze over people. He's hard to bring down. We know what Derrick Henry's all about. So I think it's really going to be interesting, and I'm going to disagree with Matt on the overall score. I don't know what it's sitting at for this game. What's the over under sitting at for this game right now?
47.5. So smash that under.
Yeah, I'm wanting to hit the under as well. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really sure. I was figuring if it's right around that 50 mark, I'm taking the under, but at 46.5, I'm still going to hit the under just because I imagine that both these teams are going to have to utilize that run game because the Chiefs can't pass the ball if they're not running the ball. And we saw how much they struggled last season. Then, of course, you're going to use Derrick Henry and you're going to use Lamar's legs all game long, too. So, I am interested to see how Lamar passes and how he's looking in the pass game early in the season against a really good Spags defense. But ultimately, I feel like I've got to lean Chiefs just because it's in Arrowhead Stadium. And I'm not really sure how the Ravens overcome as good of a defense as they have, how they overcome everything that they have added to that offense that was already stacked.
All righty. Nate, last but not least.
Yeah, man. Football's back. We're all so excited for this one, for today and tomorrow as well. But just for today, look, man. The Chiefs obviously are a team that are the most likely to repeat again because they're so dang talented. It's not even funny. Like Josh mentioned, when Hollywood Brown comes back, this Chiefs receiver room is just so dangerous. They're so fast. You have Worthy, you have Rice. Kelce is obviously Kelce, and the running game is something to monitor. Pacheco's there. He's someone I really like. I don't know if I drafted him in fantasy in our league for the Korner Booth, but he's just a solid back all around. The Chiefs offense is it's no joke. And defensively, they're still solid as well. So very excited to see that. Lamar Jackson is the only concern I have, not just for this game, but for this season as a whole. He's obviously a great regular season quarterback, but like Chris mentioned, when it comes to the playoffs, the man doesn't really perform to the level that he's supposed to be. So it'll be interesting. Just 2 great teams playing tonight. I'm super excited to watch it. And not to make picks too early like you guys did, but I'm leaning towards the Chiefs in this game.
Damn, I'm gonna be lone wolf in it tonight.
You're gonna laugh if they win.
You know what happens when you lone wolf so far, Jared? Doesn't look. I mean, like I said, I'm new to all this, 6-pack stuff. But when you go alone,
the newbie's taking shots, man.
I'm just saying. I am on top of the leaderboard, so I'm just saying. I even tried.
Wait, Matt, hasn't he learned yet? Didn't Mason lead for half the season last year, then just fell off and then he quit?
Dude, I didn't think I'd be in the top 3.
Yeah, Chris started to Chris was funny. Chris was like he was like bottom 4, and he was like, I'm tanking for Caleb. And then Mason dropped out, and he was like, oh man, now I'm in it. He's like, now I gotta go for it.
I was down 15 points, but I wasn't looking back.
All right.
Fair enough.
So, Chrissy, quickly, who is your UFC pick fighting against? And then we'll get on to the next part of the segment.
Okay, so my pick is Alexa Grasso, I think it just was. Let me go back to MMA right here.
Alexa Grasso.
Alexa Grasso versus, this is a name I'm going to fumble. Please don't make fun of me. Valentina
Shevchenko.
Ooh, Shevchenko.
That's a hot name, but she's probably terrifying.
Oh, she'd kill you really quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, she would kill
With
me.
a gun tattooed on her thigh, she'd kill you.
She lost her belt. She lost her belt, threw a tantrum in the presser, and usually after long-term champions like her lose their title, they don't get it back right away, and they don't always do well after that loss. So I think you're in a good spot.
Is that
just
on
history
or off
shows?
the roids?
Is that what?
Is that on or off the roids that she threw the tantrum in?
That might have been on the the how do you say it? The withdrawal of it.
Yeah, she beat my ass probably in 10 seconds.
All right,
You do not get 10 seconds.
5.
We're taking the under.
I'm taking the under. All right, we're going around the horn quick because I know, Josh, you got to be out of here in about 15 minutes before we're rolling the Eagles-Packers. Then we'll let Josh go. I, of course, took Ravens. DJ, you took Chiefs?
Yeah, we'll take the Chiefs today.
Josh?
I took the Chiefs as well.
You're the only Ravens fan.
Chiefs. Nate took
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Chrissy, you leave me on an island here?
Oh, hell yeah.
Gladly.
We know what it is, boys.
Sorry, boys.
Nope, wrong one.
The heck was that?
Next sound.
It's the Polar Express soundtrack.
I'm lone wolfing it. So hopefully I go 1-1 as a lone wolf.
Sounds like me in the shitter.
By the way, this does not count as an upset, by the way, folks, because it's basically an even swap. Now this song works technically, Chris.
Polar Express.
They can start singing it. It works either way. All right, Eagles, Packers from Sao Paulo, 8:15. I may have to pay for 1 month of Peacock.
Oh.
I got you. Just message me
Got me?
later.
All right, I'll
I
talk
got
to you after the
Nate's
show.
got a guy.
Nate's got a
been
guy.
Nate,
Nate, I may borrow it also to finish Brooklyn Nine-Nine because I never actually finished the show and it kills me.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Chris just went from
Alright.
third
And
place to
Golden
fourth
Girls.
place again. Nate, you bumped up to third now.
Golden Girls.
Woo!
All right. Eagles, Packers, live from Sao Paulo. Okay, so I watch a lot of sports during the day because lucky for me, I sit in an office with a TV screen. I'm allowed to throw on McAfee, ESPN, CBS Sports Network, whatever I want, right? Now, I got to ask, maybe because I don't follow the NFC North as much as the next guy, because I basically think Motor City, Dan Campbell, Cheeseheads, the dummies in Minnesota, and then the delusional Bears fans. That's my opinion of the NFC North as a whole. I picked the Lions to be my number 1 seed in the NFC in our NFL preview. So I look at all this Packers love. I see guys like dummies like Pete Prisco taking them by almost a touchdown. And I'm looking, I'm like, am I missing something? Like, what am I? I mean, I know Philadelphia lost 5 out of their last 7 going into the playoffs, including getting smoked by Baker. But then again, that team had quit on their coordinators. But I'm kind of like, was everyone just that blown away by Jordan Love's 7-game run that he went on? So I'll go around the panel. I'm going to start with a neutral party because DJ, you're an AFC South fan. So I get Jordan Love looks talented. They have a decent receiving core, but I heard Pete Prisco call them elite weapons, and my brain almost shut off. I'm like, what? What's happening? I mean, Josh Jacobs isn't even a top 10 running back. Fantasy-wise, he is. But talent-wise, no. And Christian Watson can't get on the field. So you're going to say what? Jaron Reed and Romeo Dobbs? What am I missing here?
We'll start with it's Jaden Reed. There will be some respect put on his name.
What?
Because he was good in fantasy for me last
He
year,
was
so
good
we'll
in
give him some
fantasy. Okay.
respect.
Dude, Sorry to interrupt real quick. They might delay kickoff.
Yeah, there's lightning and rain and stuff
Just
going on.
lightning and rain.
Well, that's good for us,
Ooh.
fellas. We can keep rolling.
I might not be the best one to ask because I do think the Packers are. I still have the Lions winning the division. I have them as the 2 seed, but I do think there's a lot to like with the Packers. Elite weapons, no. Elite depth at receiver, yes, because I think they are 5 deep at good receivers.
I agree with that take.
Christian Watson now has 2 hamstrings that are close to the same size, so he should not have he should not have the one pull every other week. So I think having his ability to get down the field is going to make a big difference. The man looks like a damn deer running in front of traffic when he gets that
I
full head of
watched him
steam.
run live, fastest.
And you know
human being I've
exactly
ever
what it
seen
is.
in my life.
It doesn't make sense,
Incredible.
especially with this 6'4" leg striding. It's ridiculous. I think Josh Jacobs in that offense is going to look like he did a couple of years ago. He led the league in rushing, not to that degree, but 1,200, 10 touchdowns, 11 touchdowns, something along those lines. I like Marshawn Lloyd, the running back out of USC. The offensive line's a little more stable. Defensively, they're young and they quit pushing referees after the whistle. I think that's going to benefit. So
Shout out Quay Walker.
I'm not going to put them above the Lions. I still have Motor City, Dan Campbell winning the division. Kelsey and I did our playoff picks the other day. I do have the Packers getting in the playoffs and winning a game. And I do like them in this game because as much you can see what I rank the Eagles, I'm high on them. However, I think they're going to take a moment to get going. Both new coordinators, a lot of new pieces in the defensive backfield, especially Keely Ringu, Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. I do like the Packers in this game, not 7-10 point spread. I think it's still close, 24-21. And it's a goofy in Brazil game. If it's in Philadelphia, that's different. If it's in Green Bay and it's normal, it's different. But I think youth and almost too dumb to know better goes better when you're playing in a favela. So
The
I
NFL,
do like
I have a double bird, no pun intended, for the NFL for sending us to Brazil. But hopefully we make it ugly, make it nasty, we win. Josh, I know you got to run in about 5 minutes. So basically, I'll let you talk. And then I want you to give your Super Bowl prediction, matchup, and winner. And you can get your butts to skedaddle. I know you and Jeremy and the boys have your show tonight. Check them out, by the way, Rising to the Occasion. Amazing podcast. All right, Josh.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on the Friday game?
Going with that Friday night game, I like what the Packers ended with last season. I like how close they came to making it all the way, and just a few plays away. I think Jordan Love is the guy. I really like what he did as in his progression last year, and I think he's a great quarterback. I think he's got nothing but improvement going on from here, and I really like what the Packers have going on. But the Philadelphia Eagles early in the season, I'm going to take them 90% of the time early in the season. First 7 games, I'm going to ride with the Eagles. I like the adjustments that Sirianni made with both offense and defense, switching up your coaches that were obviously the reason to kind of a horrendous, towards the end of the season and specifically in the playoff game. Just it was terrible, and so I like what they did there. And then of course going after a running back in Saquon Barkley, stealing him from an in conference rival or in division rival. I mean, I like what the Eagles show. I'm looking at the Eagles right now and what they've got on their team. They've had the roster, they've had the build, they've had maybe the mentality. I mean, early in the season, I'm taking the Eagles all day, and especially against the young Packers team. I think it's going to be a really good battle. I think it's going to be a close fight between the two. And I'm going to take the Eagles to win that one. And then you said Super Bowl predictions?
AFC winner, NFC winner, and who wins it all?
Man, I have switched this up several times recently because we're going through that. Man, I keep on going back and forth. I'm really out of the AFC. I'm really liking the Texans. I look at what they did last year with first year under D'Amico Ryans, and now you add some talent. You bring in a guy like Joe Mixon, who knows? I mean, as long as he can stay healthy, man, like this team, and then you add, again, another guy that can, if he can stay healthy. You got Stephon Diggs to add out there at wide receiver for
Cam
this
Akers.
young quarterback, and CJ Stroud to go to. Man, like they added so much over there. I don't know how they don't get it done with a young roster who can have the energy all season long. If they stay healthy, I really like what they got in the AFC. And then over in the NFC, man, this was another one that I just kept on kind of going back. And so obviously, to throw this out there, the Chiefs are my backup. If I'm going to keep on going back and forth, it's the Chiefs or it's the Texans and the AFC. But with the NFC, I've had a really hard time because there's so many teams that could make it. And I just don't know who's going to be that team to really shine. I honestly want to go back to the Niners just because I have faith in them to be able to run it back again this year. So I'm going to go Niners and Texans. And if I've got to take an early preseason prediction, I'm just going to say Texans because I have more faith in DeMeco Ryans and what he's got there. A second-year head coach winning the Super Bowl would be absolutely insane. And it sounds crazy saying that. Ultimately, I think the Chiefs are probably going to run it back. If I'm being totally honest and letting my brain do the work, but my heart says ride with the Texans this year. I think the Texans are a really good team. I think they got a shot to make it and win it.
I love it. The Texans to me are the 2022 Eagles. Absolutely loaded roster, young quarterback, a lot of talent in the receiving core, young head coach who was a nominee for Rookie of the Year, Coach of the Year, or one Coach of the Year. Loaded running back. The one thing they have over the Eagles is their running back core is stupid. Dameon Pierce is your third running back. Let that sink in for a second. You have Cam Akers is your 2, and Joe Mixon is your 1. That's absolutely insane to me. Oh, yeah, Danielle Hunter, and I believe they added a decent linebacker and some help in the secondary as well. This Texans team looks loaded to roll. They are my AFC pick as well. It's a little sneak preview for what I'm going to talk about. Probably about 8:15, 8:30. But Josh, man, thank you so much, brother. You can find Josh at everything rising to the occasion. Anywhere else? Anything else you want to say before you head out of here?
Yeah. Pretty much everything is over at rising2.com, risingto.com. That's where you can find all of our stuff. But we're going to be, I guess, live again here on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure to tune in there. We'll preview all college football. We're there every Saturday morning. So come check us out over there.
Hell yeah, man. Maybe I might even stop by one of these days. Who knows?
Why not?
Yeah, right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Josh, appreciate you, brother. Good luck, and we'll talk soon, buddy.
Yeah, glad I could finally make it, man.
Hell yeah,
Good
man.
to see you, Josh.
Yeah, see you, man.
Thanks for coming on, Josh.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the phantom known as Josh Mahler. Love that kid to death. Check out MahlerBros.com, by the way. Amazing golf apparel. It's still running. If it's not, don't check it out. All right. That being said, folks, I'm going to go last on this one. Me and Chris will go last. Nate, what is your thoughts on this Friday game between the Eagles and Pack? You don't have to get the pick, by the way.
Okay.
We're going to try to hold those off for the 6-pack now that Josh is gone. We're not as much of a rush.
For sure. Well, first off, just like you, I don't like the fact that it's in Brazil. Wish it was in Philly. I feel like we, much better, or in Green Bay, one or the other. Here's the thing. Jordan Love's good. He had one pretty good season last year. Obviously overpaid. But he's facing an Eagles team that is loaded on both sides of the football. And he's going up against an Eagles defense that is retooled with a lot of young guys in the second. Well, not a lot, but some young guys in the secondary with Mitchell and DeJean. Darius Slay is a top 10 corner, 100%. And even though it's not a concern, the fact that they don't have a wide receiver number 1 does bother me a little bit that Green Bay doesn't have. So I feel like that plus the running game, Josh Jacobs is great and all.
Hold off on your pick.
No, I know. I'm just saying it's concerning. The Green Bay thing is concerning, but
I do love how Green Bay is. Their roster has aged like a great whiskey. It has taken a while, but Matt LaFleur has a great team. I just want people to understand something. The NFL media is the most what have you done for me lately? Media in all of sports. Whereas like baseball, they're all off tradition, off of what you've done over the past couple of years. NBA media, same thing. NFL media is the one media company or media group that will do what have you done for me over the last 6 weeks, 10 weeks, month, year, whatever. I think a lot of people forget about what the Packers were like earlier in the season, what they were like in 2022 with Rodgers. They had a lot of the same personnel, just a quarterback change up and a few new faces. And they also forget about what the team they played like. So that's my point here is Philadelphia added not only C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who is the motor to that defense. As much as I have a love-hate relationship with that man, he was the motor that ran that Eagles defense. They get rid of Hassan Reddick. I don't want to touch a running play ass, and they go get Bryce Huff. I am very high on the Bryce Huff move. They get Nakobe Dean back healthy. When he was on the field, was electric. Does it suck that I don't have Devin White for this game? Yes. Am I really that hurt about it? No, because him, Nick Bond, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. are all upgrades from what the Eagles had linebacker last year, which is really saying something because the Eagles linebackers were abysmal. Darius Slay's back healthy. James Bradbury is nowhere near the field. I wish him a speedy recovery. I really do. Apparently, he was excelling at safety, which honestly kind of fits his mold. Even though he doesn't want to hit anybody. Reed Blankenship's back healthy. I am very excited to see Quinyon Mitchell start. I'm a little worried about Cooper DeJean. He's not going to play. I think he's the backup nickel. I was really disappointed not to see Isaiah Rodgers play, DJ's former boy. Isaiah Rodgers, I've watched 3 practice clips of him. He's a freak when it comes to quickness and athleticism. I would have loved to see him in the nickel, but but we're going to see Keely Ringo and Mitchell as kind of the 1-2 with maybe Savante Max mixed in. Y'all know how I feel about Keely Ringo. I'm a big Keely Ringo guy. So, but that's just defense. On offense, you know what you're getting. Jahan Dotson and Saquon are the additions. And I think there's not really much. There is a step down from Kelsey to Cam Jurgens. Shout out to my boy Team 5-1, Cam Jurgens. But it's not as much as you think. To quote Kyle Long this morning at CBS Sports, the drop is not as much as you think because Cam Jurgens was hand-selected by Jason Kelsey. He was a Pro Bowl caliber guard last year whose primary position is center. So I think the matter of getting acclimated with Hurts is going to be the biggest hurdle. I think we're going to miss a lot of the tush-push, but I think the bringing of Saquon Barkley was to alleviate having to do that to get short yardage. Also, having an actual bona fide number 3 receiver in Jahan Dotson will definitely help alleviate the pressure off Dallas Goedert, Will Shipley, Kenny Gainwell, etc. I think this is the most balanced Eagles team I've seen since about 2017. Do I think it's the best? We'll find out. It's the most balanced, where they don't have to rely on certain parts of the ball to win games, where they kind of have everything there. I think everyone is really undervaluing Philadelphia's strength of roster, but that's a whole new thing. But that's my point on tonight's game. Tomorrow's game is going to be very interesting. Maddie, I don't think you needed it, Chris.
I'm excited for tomorrow's game. I wish it was I don't care if it was in Green Bay or Philly. I just wish it was in one of those cities. The fact that you're bringing the NFL to Brazil and you're giving the team just warning disclaimers like, hey, by the way, it's not really safe. Stay in your room. Don't wear green. By the way, your team colors are green. Don't wear them.
They can't use Twitter because they have a oppressive dictator for a
Twitter's banned.
Minister. Yeah. It's misinformation. Don't get me started about Brazil.
It's just classic case NFL wants the money. Player safety comes second.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, though, I agree with what you're saying. I think this is the most well-balanced Eagles team that we've seen in a little bit. Last year, in my personal opinion, the only thing that was really keeping them away from having a Super Bowl caliber team was the secondary. And they go out and they bring back C.J. Gardner-Johnson. They go and draft 2 of the top 5 cornerback prospects in that draft. So now that defense went from being we're missing safeties and corners to we're just loaded. We are ready to go. Who's going to stop us?
Yeah,
and they have
Cooper DeJean, you're 5 and 6 on that roster. Let that sink in.
Yeah. Think about where they were last year and where they are this year. It's just a completely 180 in a positive way. They have a very well balanced offense. I mean, Jalen Hurts can do everything on the ground and through the air. They have now Saquon Barkley to take that pressure off Jalen Hurts, always having to use his legs to convert some third downs if they need to. Dallas Goedert's healthy. They add Jahan Dotson to that receiving core. I think this is going to be a unstoppable Eagles team. Like I'm personally, they are my NFC favorites. Not making my pick. I'm just stating overall NFC wise, I think the Eagles are at the top of that right now, in my personal opinion. The Packers, I like them a lot. I think, like DJ said, I think they have great depth on offense. I don't think they have elite receivers. I don't know how long you're going to have Christian Watson for because he's going to get hurt. I don't know how long you may or may not have Romeo Doubs for because he has gotten hurt in the past. You're pretty much looking at Reed, Wicks, and they bring in Josh Jacobs, which is a very similar running back to Aaron Jones, who had identical contracts. They can run, they can catch. I think Josh Jacobs is a little more of a power back. I think he's got a little more muscle on him. He can shake off defenders a little more. But I'm just curious to see if Jordan Love can pick up where he left off from last year. He got that giant contract off the really good second half of the season, brought him to the NFC playoffs. I think they got to the championship round. No, they got to the divisional round. They lost to the Lions. But very impressive end of the year for them. I'm curious to see how they're going to do against that Eagles defense. I'm excited for the game. I'm trying not to make my pick. So I'll leave it at I'm excited for the game.
All righty. And finally, my fellow Eagles brother, Chris Lipoff. How you feeling, man? What's the vibe on the game, man? How's South Philly feeling?
He just made his 6 parlay.
I'm going to actually, I have like 9 rolling right now. I just got hit with my first reality check of the year. We're so back.
We're so back.
I'm going to make this 10 seconds.
We're so back.
Bird Gang today, Bird Gang tomorrow, Bird Gang forever. Go Birds. That's all I got. Now, I don't think the game should be played in Brazil. I'm not going to speak for the NFL, but if you can't physically do anything outside the hotel, why are you going there? It's a money grab. Goodell's a scumbag. I'm excited for the new season. The Eagles, everybody's talked about it. We've made tons of additions, offense and defense, coordinators, coaching. My phone temperature is hot right now. That's how you know the parlays are hitting.
They're cooking, baby.
We're cooking. Packers are a good team, too. I don't understand why people knock them so much. I mean, they won a playoff game last year. They replaced Aaron Jones with Josh Jacobs. I don't know how big of an upgrade that's going to be. They don't have weapons. I don't get that. But they have guys who can make plays in big-time moments. So I'm not going to knock the Packers. I have no hatred towards them. I think we win. Start off the season 1-0. I might go to Fanatic Sportsbook, use that free $100 that I never used from last year, throw it on the Birds tomorrow. Still debating on that, but I'm very excited. I know we got the game starting up soon, so
hell yeah, brother.
Let's just say, my pick: Kelly Green, Eagle Green, go Birds.
Go Birds. All right, we're actually about to roll in the 6-pack right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, presented by the amazing people at Canadians.com. We're gonna go Bag 20 for 20% off. It's time for the 6-pack. Little outlaw brewing to get myself started. Best low light calorie. Hey, this is my only free plug of the night. The best light lager out there. I will say it right now. I am blown away by this beer. I buy it by the case. It's also inexpensive. I am going to DM these guys actually after the show and ask if they can give us like a promo code or something. I love their beer. It is sensational. I want some swag from these guys because it is a sensational beer. It's also helped me in my weight loss journey because it's filling enough where I don't need to drink 7 of them, but it tastes phenomenal. Only 105 calories. Incredible beer. Got to throw them a little free plug.
I got
Real
the
quick,
Cutwater Peach Margarita.
Sorry. No, you first, Matt. You first. I'm sorry, buddy.
No, I was just saying I got the Cutwater Peach Margarita and had no idea until just now that it is 10%. So I'm going to be lay saucy Swaggo for my bets later.
Hell yeah, brother. By the way the show's going to finish, we have 6-pack, bets of Swaggo, and we're going to finish with something new today, folks.
I wouldn't rush it. The kickoff is expected to be around 8:40 Eastern, so don't.
Well, I mean, listen, we all got to stuff.
Yeah.
I will say this. We're going to finish it with a new segment we're doing. It's called Rapid Fire Picks, presented by SeatGeek. What we're going to do is I'm going to go through all the NFL games that are not in the 6-pack, and you're going to say quickly, with no explanation, which team you're picking. So, like, I'd be like, DJ, Colts, Texans.
Texans money line.
Yeah, Texans money line. There you go.
Oh, we're not going. That's a practice run. My bad. Well, now you know.
I don't know who's Eric Katz.
Uh,
I think he's one of the belly up beat writers. I think.
I don't know. I never met the dude.
I've never met the Cats.
I never met the Cats either. I mean,
he's
I
probably
think he's a better brother, but
he's
like,
probably a dope feline, but dude, I've never.
I know. Yeah, it's all good. All right, moving on. We'll start off with the 6-pack. We're going to college, ladies and gentlemen. The premier game of the weekend. We got Texas versus Michigan. The Connor Stallions versus the Longhorns. It's Texas 7.5-point favorites on the road. Whew. All right, this is going to prove Texas is for real. This is the first real test on the road. I'm going to roll with Texas here. Yes, I do not think they're going to win the SEC, but I also think Quinn Ewers is a legit enough quarterback. I believe he is a sensational talent. I love the team around him that they've built. And I think Michigan, honestly, is that team that's going to be ranked for now and is going to be like maybe 6th or 7th in the Big Ten by the time it's all said and done. So give me Texas to roll Michigan. I actually have them covering, by the way. Deej?
I won't spend too much time, but Texas wins. They cover, make it 10 points, and they'll still cover.
I got 15, man. I'm rolling high on this one.
Like Michigan's having, I don't think they're gonna be able to score that much. Texas's offensive line is still outstanding. The receiving core is actually a lot better than I thought it'd be. I thought losing Worthy and Mitchell would take a step back, but it's still full things firing. They still got Bond, who might be one of the fastest receivers outside of Luther Burton. They got a squad. Texas covers. They win. Michigan can't really score. They lost a lot of players and a lot in the coaching staff. Their DC Minter is now gone, and he made a huge difference on that defense last year. Unless Will Johnson's going to get 3 pick sixes for him, Texas is going to roll 10+.
All right, Maddie.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers is the truth. That Texas team is on fire after that week 1 performance where he did so well. They put Arch Manning in the last quarter. You already know I had Texas as my surprise SEC debut winners. I'm taking Texas here to beat up on Michigan. Michigan had a nice, easy win last week because I forgot who they faced, but it was my gimme, which means that they were going to destroy them regardless. But give me Texas to make a statement win over Michigan on the road.
You know what? I'm going to let that one slide. All right, Nate. Michigan, Texas.
Look, Michigan played Fresno State, and they look like crap. The defense pretty much led the way for Michigan. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I'm going to go Texas. You know, Quinn Ewers, future Giant quarterback. You know, all I'm saying is...
I was going to make that joke, but I thought you wanted Shedeur.
I do, but we're not going to be that bad, so...
Nate's basically anybody but Daniel.
Yes.
It's right there.
Oh, there's a rainbow in KC right now.
DJ, don't do it. Please don't.
No, you don't want to see him hitting a young Jeezy on the sideline after going.
I've seen 1 quarter of him, and I'm good.
I love Drew Lock, man. I'm a Drew Lock fan. I want Drew Lock as the Giants quarterback.
He didn't even throw to Malik. He was all wide open like so many times in the preseason. He even throw to him.
He's going to do it against Minnesota in the second half.
Like powder puff football with pads. All right, Chrissy, Texas, Michigan.
Horned up, baby. Let's go Texas. Run it.
Ooh, we got a clean sweep coming in. Michigan's done.
Yeah,
all right.
Michigan lost a lot of people, and they lost their head. Jesus, they lost a coach. I thought Eric Katz owns Belly Up Sports.
I'm not even gonna put that comment. I don't even know who the hell that. Whatever. I don't care.
I gotta find this Eric Katz dude.
Yeah,
this bro, EK. You gotta know EK.
I have some answers.
I like the fact I'm actually with the third longest tenured person at Belly Up besides their owners, and I don't even know who the Eric Katz is. I mean, if Eric Katz is one of our workers, I apologize. I believe he's a writer. So.
Oh, we got more footage coming in.
Oh, look, we got another one of these dudes. I don't know. Whatever.
It's pretty funny.
I can't read the comments. I got to pop up blocking it, and I can't even get rid of it.
I mean, apparently they're having a talk about Eric Katz being a fraud now. Listen, Eric Katz, I believe, writes for us. He's a writer. Yeah, he's actually a very good. I just looked up his writing log. Actually, a very good writer for us.
Any relation to Katz Deli?
No, but Katz Deli slaps, by the way. All right, we're moving on. Tennessee, NC State. Now, this game I'm excited for. 1, because I never take ACC. Didn't I say that before? I'm never taking ACC unless it's ACC versus ACC. Tennessee, give me the freshman Noah, whose name I cannot pronounce. I'm taking the points. I'm taking the money line. We rolling. Start playing Rocky Top. We're good. Deej.
Tennessee money line over roll. NC State's nice, but Tennessee still built a little differently. So give me Tennessee as well.
All right, Maddie.
I'm taking Tennessee here. I'm picking all the favorites right now. So give me the Vols.
All righty. And Mr. Nate.
Yeah, give me the Volunteers, man. Their quarterback is so good. Man, I don't know how to say his last name, but he's really good. I'm going to go with the Volunteers, man. Yeah, who knows? Everyone in the college right now can be our quarterback one day at this point.
All right. Chrissy.
Give me the V's, baby.
There we go. That leaves you, Maddie.
Nah, I took Tennessee.
Everyone
Nate,
take Tennessee
did
clean
you
sweeper?
take the Eagles or Packers earlier? Did you make a pick earlier when we were talking?
I did not.
We
No.
didn't take-
Okay, cool.
Not yet.
I don't write anything down yet.
We're saving that. We wanted to keep that one.
Maddie didn't make a pick either, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Nah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Clean sweep on Tennessee as well?
Clean sweep.
I thought this one actually might trick some people, but NC State looked awful last weekend. So they're like out of the 4 ACC teams that got ranked in the back end of the top 25, they're the least deserving to me. Oh, more than Clemson, because at least Clemson got smoked by Georgia. And that's me, a certified Clemson hater. Speaking of the Atlantic Crap Conference, we have Georgia Tech taking on Syracuse. I love this money line because I am a firm believer Georgia Tech is the second best team in this conference. I have a bold prediction, by the way. The ACC title game will be Georgia Tech versus Miami, round 2. That is my prediction for the ACC title game. Because I believe Georgia Tech is only going to lose about 2 games this year. One's to Miami, and one is probably some weird game here. Give me Georgia Tech with the dub.
I'm going to take Syracuse. I think Georgia Tech they're fine, but I don't know I think the win over Florida State, which we now know is not good. We know that Tallahassee was Tallahassee, and we know DJU just has the weird ability to make every team worse. I don't know how it is because it doesn't seem like
Oregon State better, so I don't know how that one works.
It doesn't count because all right, every team on the Eastern time zone he makes worse.
ACC.
What?
Say that.
The different Pac-12 after dark doesn't count. Like we don't count that. That's a different time. RIP. But I'll take Syracuse. I think it'll be close, but I'm leaning towards Syracuse.
All right, Maddie.
I'm gonna take Georgia Tech here. Yeah, it just seems more like -2.5. You're kind of pretty much picking whoever you think is going to win the game. So give me 23 Georgia Tech over Syracuse.
Yes, sir. All right, Chrissy.
I'm gonna roll with DJ here. I'm gonna take Syracuse.
All right, Nate, finish us strong.
My guy Casey, great friend of mine. We go back to elementary school. He's a big Syracuse fan. He talks about Syracuse all the time. That's the only reason why I know a lot more about this school than I think I would have. Kyle McCord is their quarterback. They have a new head coach. They played well last week against Ohio, even though it is Ohio. Doesn't matter. They will beat Georgia Tech. I'm going to go with the orange, baby.
I'm going to quote my friend McNasty Sports. He did say, be careful about Vegas giving you weird odds. Georgia Tech is only a 2.5-point favorite on the road. Listen, this Georgia Tech team, they have a better quarterback than McCord. The running back play is exceptional, and this Georgia Tech team has battle tested, where with Syracuse, they've only really seen one team. And listen, the University of Ohio is a bottom feeder in the MAC right now. So, give me Georgia Tech. All right, moving on. Obviously, we all took this game already. I am lone wolfing. The rest of you degenerates took the Chiefs. Friday night game. Got the Packers and the Eagles. Chrissy obviously declared his pick for the Eagles. Deej, I believe you took Packers?
Well, I haven't picked yet, but I will take the Packers.
Okay.
I think I like the Eagles. You can see our records thing for it. I think they're going to do just fine. Kelsey and I posted in the last couple of days. I think they're going to be very good. Week 1, though, I think it's going to be a little bit slow out of the gate. You got 2 new coordinators, a lot of new pieces, and then you have to travel to a whole other country. I think the Packers' continuity they have will come through. It'll be close. I'm not touching a money line. I'm not betting on this game, period, honestly, unless I can hit the over. That's the one I'd probably lean towards, if anything. But I'm going to take the Packers by a slight lead. Eagles will slow September, but by October they'll be kicking.
All right, Maddie.
If you couldn't tell by my rant earlier on this game, I was heavily favoring the Philadelphia Eagles. So I am taking the Eagles here. I like the Packers a lot. The Eagles, in my opinion, are the most well-rounded NFC team, and I don't think the Packers are going to be a team that is going to be the ones to stop them. That defense is just that whole team. There's really not a major weak spot in that Eagles right now. I mean, even if you find the weak spot, it's not even anything that's severe. I think the Eagles are going to walk out with this one with a win. I don't think it's going to be a runaway game. It could be like a 4-point, 3-point kind of game, but the Eagles are going to get the job done in Brazil.
All right, so we heard Swaggo's pick there. Nate, I believe the way you were rolling on it, I believe an Eagles pick is in your future, sir.
Yes, sir. I believe in your team, man. Your team is just, as much as I hate to say it, is really, really good. And I think your defense will hold down Jordan Love in that offense. Yeah. Fly Eagles fly. Just for this game, though.
I know Chrissy took the birds.
Yeah.
And obviously, y'all know where I'm going.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low.
You're Giants, man. You're not
I'm not going to torch you guys.
Wow. You even got Nate to do the whole Eagle flock.
The song is really good. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, the song is actually.
Nate, I hope.
I'm
What?
not taking that.
Okay. Why'd you. Okay, bring him back.
The song is really good.
I know. Listen, I appreciate that, Nate. I hope
Yeah.
to God I get to bring you to an Eagles game one of these days, because my buddy, one of my closest friends in the world, is a Giants fan. He came to me for he came with me to Eagles Packers 2 years ago when we broke Aaron Rodgers, and also broke C.J. Gardner-Johnson's kidney. He had a blast because an Eagles tailgate is one of the best. It's like a college tailgate. It's like a D1 college tailgate. It is. There's drum lines walking through the parking lots. Everyone's drinking. Chrissy knows exactly what I'm talking about right now. An Eagles tailgate is just different.
Eagles tailgates are if you're wearing an opposing jersey, you could be killed.
Depends. My buddy had a Giants hat on, but they weren't playing the Giants.
I saw a guy. I went to the Eagles Commanders game a couple years ago. A guy wore a Zeke jersey. They threw ice cream at him.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, that's asking for it.
That's the Cowboys. See,
That's asking for it.
Well deserved.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret to how to address an Eagles game if you're not an Eagles fan. Wear an opposing team jersey as long as it's not the Cowboys, Giants, or Commanders. You're fine. If they're not playing one of those 3 teams, don't wear a Cowboys jersey. If you wear you can wear a Commanders or Giants jersey. We strangely have a weird respect for Giants and Commanders fans. Don't ask me why. Maybe because everyone hates Dallas. Packers fans are obnoxious because they like to be snarky. The Packers fans in front of us, I laughed so hard when Aaron Rodgers went down. I actually like Aaron Rodgers because of I started liking because of the McAfee show and him talking and everything else. But I laughed because the girl who stuck her stupid cheesehead thing in my shot of the Eagles running out during their intro to lack of a better word, to be a 5-letter word that rhymes with ditch. I laughed in her face because she looked so upset Aaron Rodgers was hurt, because I was like, I hope this ruins your experience in Philadelphia. Never come back to the city, you scumbag. That's literally what I said to her, because I was like, you're the worst. But don't mind Packers fans as a whole, though, because I was there with Packers fans. Yeah, just don't be rude to Eagles fans, and you're fine. That's basically the rule. You start acting out, you get jumped, you get beer thrown at you, ice cream in this case. But yeah, so there you go, Eagles Packers. That's the rule. All right, DJ, do you want your lone wolf? You've earned it if you want it.
No, I'll save it. I might have another one. We might have to double up. We'll wait and see.
Ooh, I'm intrigued now. All right, Last
Set
but
them
not
up and actually
least,
back up.
Rams Lions Sunday Night Football. I'll go first. Give me Motor City Dan Campbell. I love it. The Lions, I had them as my number one seed. I have them actually going 15-2 this year. I love this team. I think they're going to be exceptional. The problem is, I basically threw a coin flip for who was going to win the NFC. And the winner of the NFC is going to win the Super Bowl, by the way. It's not the winner of the AFC is the Texans. I'll tell you that right now. The winner of the NFC is going to win the Super Bowl. It's between the Eagles, Niners, and Lions. And I did a three-way coin flip. And it was very funny watching me do this in my office. But give me the Lions here. They're not only going to cover, they're going to win by this much double. Lions by set, at least a touchdown. I think the Rams are a good team. The problem is this Lions team was this close to going to the Super Bowl. This close. And the Rams lost, but got better. The Lions got better and got more better. Like they kept adding to what they had. They didn't lose any essential pieces. So give me the Lions to roll here. Gage.
Everyone's really high on the Rams. I see a lot of people pick them to actually win the NFC West, and I think I'm the weird guy who has them as fourth in the division. I think they're good and talented, but they also have the knack of every time they do good, the next year they take a major plummet. They won a Super Bowl, then picked number 5 the next year. Like the thing. And so I'm taking the Lions. I think they'll win this one comfortably. Maybe someone can enlighten me. I think the Rams are fine, but I don't know. It feels like everyone likes them a little bit more than I do. I could just be the weird guy. That is very possible.
All right, Nate, what do you think?
You know, I think DJ makes a great point. This Rams team is very scary, but scary as in they're very injury scary because Stafford's old, Kupp's old, Nakua did miss some games last year and missed games in this or not missed games, but he was injured in the offseason and into the preseason as well. Kyron Williams is a big injury concern. All that mixed together, I know it's just the first game, but we're talking about the Detroit Lions, man. They made the NFC Championship for a reason. Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, all of that mixed together with a great defense, plus and a phenomenal head coach in Dan Campbell. I'm going to go Detroit. I think they should win this pretty easily, more than people think.
All right. Mr. Chris.
E-Town, baby. Rolling with the Lions.
Motor City.
I mean, Nate's right. I mean, they're old, they're injured, they're a roller coaster football team. I do think that they win, and I think they win comfortably. I honestly think they put a whooping on the Rams. Rams don't have a defense anymore.
Nice. All right. Maddie, last but not least.
I'm taking the Lions here. Revenge game for Jared Goff. I know that was last year, but I think anytime he's going to be able to beat his Rams and just to remind them, like, hey, you gave up on me and look what I'm doing. I got the Lions winning in this one. I think they got the all-around better. I think they are my second favorite team in the NFC. I think they are a very well-rounded team as well. That defense has consistently gotten better through the draft and through free agency. They've come a long way since Dan Campbell took over, and I think they're the real deal. The Rams I like. I think they're a team that if everybody stays healthy, they can be very good. But it's just a track record of, Puka got hurt his rookie year. Cooper Kupp is always hurt. Matt Stafford's always hurt. One injury can derail that offense. Kyron Williams is also always hurt. So one injury can really derail that team. I'm going to take the Lions with this one. I think they cover, and I think they win the game as well. Plus, Jared Goff in the Dome is a fantastic quarterback.
Yes, sir. All right. Time for the last, my favorite part of it, upsets and gimmies. I will go first. I have Woo Pig Sweet over Oklahoma State. I believe they are 7.5-point underdogs currently. So I have Arkansas knocking off Oklahoma State. That is my upset pick for this week. Arkansas looked insane. They were so cool. They amended the rules at halftime to not double the game down. I mean,
Who they playing, Jared?
They're playing Oklahoma State Cowboys.
Yeah. Locked in.
All right, Deej, up. You did not take a upset, so you got an upset for me.
Well, I look at it, there are some very interesting matchups. Tennessee Tech is taking on Georgia, and that is not going to be an upset whatsoever. I just wanted to point that out really quickly. I'm looking at college, and I don't really see a lot of upsets that stand out to me for this week necessarily. So I would pick Tulane, but I figure that's Chris's team, so I'm gonna stay off of that one.
No, you can have them. You can totally have them.
You know what? There's not really an upset that sticks out for me, so I'm gonna pass on the upset for now at least.
All right, just go gimmies. I love it. All right,
Unless we're including NFL upsets, but those are the point spreads.
Listen, you can do NFL upsets. I just stick to college upsets.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Because the point spread thing, I don't. The point spread's not necessarily an upset. I think it's only 3 or 4 points. But give me the Panthers over the Saints for an upset.
That's an
Panthers
upset.
Get 50% of their wins in week from last year in week 1.
All right. So DJ took the Panthers, their upset pick. Nate, you can take the Panthers, but you cannot take obviously Arkansas. Who's your upset for this week? If you need to pass and come back, you can.
You also need to not be muted while you're explaining your pick.
Nate, you are muted.
I need to look at the rules real quick to make sure I picked the right upset. So I'll pass for now.
4.5 points at home. 3 point. No, wait, no, it's 4.5 at home, 3 on the road. Or no, sorry, 3 at home, 4.5 on the road. That's the rules.
Oh, so if it's 3.5 on the road, then no, right?
No, you need to be
Darn
4.5. You need to be almost a field goal dog at home.
Okay, you got
All
it.
right.
Just give me a second.
Remember the Vegas field goal rule. Chrissy, go.
I'm going to hate this pick, but I'm going to take Colorado over Nebraska, plus 7.5.
Nice.
I mean, listen, we don't know what Nebraska is yet. Dylan Raiola looked great, but they were playing a mediocre squad. So Colorado's battle tested. They have a win against a very physical opponent. I don't hate the pick.
Didn't even realize Colorado was an underdog. Wow. Okay, never mind. I want that
7.5, I think.
Wow. Okay.
Everyone's really hyping Nebraska and Matt Rule up. All right, Maddie.
All right, I am taking FIU over Central Michigan. Central Michigan is going into FIU with a favorite spread of -5.5. So give me FIU over
You taking
Central
Butch
Michigan.
Davis' squad? I'm about it. Let's go. Shout out to my dog, Butch Davis.
Butch is about to get me back in first place.
He's got to reserve his crown. All right, Nate, did you have enough time to pick your upset?
Yes, they're 4.5 underdogs on the road. Matt, you're gonna like this one. I'm going with the Jets over the Niners. I don't know why it says 4.5, but I'm going with the Jets.
That could happen too.
Screw you, San Francisco. Okay.
Is it really 4.5? I thought it was like 2.5.
I know. DraftKings says 4.5. I don't know what we're using.
Yeah, FanDuel also says 4.5 in the favor of the Niners. Okay.
Wait, okay, so Nate, I might have made a mistake here. I think it's 5.5.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll figure it out right now, buddy. It's all good.
I'll amend that on our graphics chat because I was like, wait a minute, something's sticking out to me. It's not 4.5.
Okay.
That would make them a 1.5 point dog at home.
All right, give me a second then. Shoot. I was so excited.
I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry, buddy. I thought about it. I'll go back and edit the graphic afterward.
Cardinals over Bill.
Me and Kevin had a legit argument about this on the show that lasted 5 minutes. So that's the only reason I remember. Like, wait, there's something sticking in my head. Why 4.5 is not the number? I don't know why I thought 4.5 was it, but
Cardinals over Bills. I don't know. I've been hearing that could be an upset watch.
I don't understand why that's an upset watch.
I don't either, but it's what I've been hearing.
I like that, honest. I mean, it could happen. Bills lost a lot.
Yeah, they lost like entire their
Nate,
defense.
if you need any help, I got you.
I think I found something.
Tulane.
Pick Tulane. Be me. Pick them over Kansas State. My boy Avery Johnson.
Give me Temple plus 13 over Navy.
I was thinking about that too.
That's a good one. I'm not gonna lie, that's not bad.
Nate,
the other one I was gonna say, Nate. The other one I was gonna offer up was Baylor over Utah.
I saw that one too, but I don't know. Something about Tulane after they lost last week against Navy. I got a feeling. All right, it worked last week.
I'll offer you one more rebuttal. One more rebuttal here.
Sure, of course.
He's a banker. The deal or no deal banker.
I'm going to offer you one more rebuttal because I'm kind of intrigued to see what you do here.
Okay, boss.
I want to give you. Nah, you know what? They changed the line in this. I was going to give you Clemson versus App State. The problem is it's in Clemson, and the line went from like 11.5 to 16 over like the last 2 days. I'm like, no. Yeah, and they dropped the line on Wake Forest versus Virginia. There's a lot of weird lines they gave this week. So I was hoping somebody bit on the Georgia on some of the other lines, but technically, actually, Georgia. Did anybody take Georgia Tech, Syracuse, by the way, at home?
I did.
took Syracuse.
Me, DJ.
All right, technically, that's an upset.
Yeah, I don't want them as my upset.
I'll take
right.
an upset.
Nate, if you want,
Actually,
you can take Syracuse as your upset.
Actually,
Oh, okay. Well,
AQs.
We just have to make an amendment to the rule book, to the notes.
I'm actually considering that.
what was it? So I can pick Syracuse because they were underdogs? Is that
Yeah,
why?
technically they're a field goal dog at home, which means on the road they'd be 6-point dog, which is perfectly legal.
But I could still go with Temple if I wanted to, just so I know, right?
You can still take Temple, but I'm saying is you could also go and take like Miami over UAB as your gimme, and then go take Cuse as your upset.
Oh, give me that one then. Oh, you guys are beating UAB. Hell yeah.
There you go. First place Nate is amending his team. He's taking UAB to get smoked by Miami as his gimme, and he's taking Cuse as his upset.
Like this, right?
So Syracuse.
Yep, that's the right way to do it. I love it, brother.
Did it.
Chrissy,
Syracuse is the upset, and then what's the gimme?
Miami over UAB.
Miami over UAB.
now, if Miami loses, Nate, you're banned from I'm betting on my team for the rest of the season.
Cam Ward's gonna have a great day. I'm so excited.
I hope he's
right,
sitting on the bench sipping a colada by about halftime.
Me too, boss.
Week 2 is in the books.
Like, if I don't see Emory Williams by halftime, I'll be upset. All right, Maddie. Did you take your upset yet?
Yeah, he took FIU.
FIU over Central Michigan.
That's right. Butch Davis season. All right, gentlemen. We're going to go rapid fire here before we get into Bets of Swaggo to finish off the show. So quickly, rapid fire, as we've got about maybe 5 minutes left 20 minutes left before the game. If this actually, kicks in, right? So we're going to real rapid fire. Remember, these are all NFL games that are not part of the six-pack. All right, Cardinals, Bills. DJ, go.
Cardinals cover, Bills win.
All right. I will take the Bills to cover and win. Nate.
Bills.
Nice. Patriots. Oh, no, sorry. Chris. Cardinals, Bills.
Cardinals.
All right. Maddie, Cardinals, Bills.
Hate the
Bills.
All right. Patriots, Bengals. I'm taking the Bungles. Deej.
Bungle.
Nate.
Bengals.
Chrissy.
Bengals.
Nate. Sorry. Matt.
Bengals to cover and win.
A clean sweeper. All right. Giants, Vikings. Deej.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's here. We'll go Giants.
Gotta show for Big Marcus here. Vikings.
I'm taking the Giants.
All right.
I like the
Maddie.
Vikings.
Giants.
And Nate, I already know who you're picking.
Giants.
Yeah.
We're gonna win, baby.
All right.
Screw you, Sam Darnold.
By the way, odds
Too many
by the
words.
way, folks. Titans, Bears. Give me the Titans on the road. Deej.
Titans cover, Bears win.
Nate.
Will Levis, baby. Titans.
CT's finest. All right. Nate. Chris. Damn it. I keep calling him Nate. Chris.
Oh, God, I love Will Levis. I'm going to go Bears.
All right. Maddie.
I don't want to do it.
Caleb Williams starts his rookie season off 1-0. Give me the Bears.
All right.
Ooh.
The wow, I can't believe this is a game bowl. Panthers, Saints. Give me the Saints. Deej.
Panthers win and cover.
Ooh. Nate.
Panthers.
I'm changing my pick to Panthers.
What? They do that.
I can't. It's my fucking show. Sorry.
Derek Carr, one pick
Get off
six,
the show now.
guaranteed.
My show now. You cursed off the show.
Well,
Yep,
one
got
sentence,
it
guys.
done.
One sentence.
All right, Chris, Panthers, Saints,
Give me the Cats.
Maddie,
Who dat?
Saints.
Who dat?
Lone Wolfen. All right,
I'm changing my
Steelers,
pick.
Falcons. Falcons at home. Deej,
Falcons, and they cover.
Nate,
Russell Wilson's hurt. Give me the Falcons.
Chrissy,
You like that? Give me the Falcons.
Maddie,
Falcons comfortably.
Florida Bowl 1, Jags, Dolphins. Give me the Jags on the road. Jagging off, right, Chrissy?
Pure jagging off.
All right, Deej.
Dolphins aren't jagging off. They win by 10.
All right, Nate.
You said Jackson Dolphins?
Yeah, Florida
So
Bowl
no one's
1.
going. Do you forget Miami? Come on, guys, Dolphins.
Fake Miami team. The Canes, the real Miami team.
I know. Go Dolphins,
Chrissy,
baby. Give me.
Jags.
I wish, man. I wish, but I'm taking the Dolphins.
Ooh. All right, Maddie.
Dolphins are going to hawk Tua all over the Jags. Give me
Yeah,
Tua
spit on
and
that
Miami.
thing.
That's
Hey.
Spin on that thing. All right. This is the game Deej has been waiting for. Texans, Colts. Give me the Texans to roll. Deej.
Texans win. The Colts haven't won week 1 since Obama was in office.
really.
2013.
God.
Damn, I feel old. All right, Nate.
Give me Houston.
Chrissy.
Give me the Colts.
All right, Maddie.
Ooh.
Take a
Hawk game. Texans in the end.
All right. The Raiders in the Harbaugh era. Give me the Raiders to win. But damn, it's gonna be close. Deej.
Raiders win. That's all.
Raiders. I can't do
All
like
right,
Chris,
Chrissy.
but I tried.
Give me the Raiders.
All right, Maddie.
Give me the future coach of the year, Jim Harbaugh, on the Chargers.
There's 295-pound fullback. I love it. All right.
Yeah.
The Russell Wilson Bowl, and he's not even playing in it. Broncos, Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks to roll here. Deej.
Seahawks cover and win.
All right. Nate.
Seattle.
Chrissy.
Hawk Tua, baby. Give me the Hawks.
All right, Maddie.
Bo Nix shocks the NFL and wins his first week. Give me the Broncos.
All right. All right. America's Game League. Tom Brady's color casting debut. Cowgirls versus the Deshaun Watsons. Give me the Cowboys to win on the road. Deej.
Wow.
Browns win. If Jameis Winston plays, they cover.
All right. Nate.
I'm gonna go Cleveland, man. I'm gonna go Cleveland. I feel confident in them.
Chrissy.
Cleveland at home. Give me Cleveland.
Ooh. Maddie.
Defense shuts it down. Give me Cleveland.
I am lone wolfing the Cowboys. I think the wolf might be ending. All right. Commanders and Bucks.
Ew.
Give me the Commanders to get smoked. Buccaneers are my NFC South winner by at least 3 games. I think Baker and the boys have the continuity and they have the weapons, and their defense didn't lose it really anybody. Give me the Bucks by at least a touchdown. Deej.
Rapid fire. Commanders win in Jaden Daniels' debut. Terry McLaurin goes off. Take the over.
All right, Maddie.
Jaden Daniels has a great game, but the Buccaneers come out victorious.
Chrissy.
The exact same explanation as Maddie.
All right, and Nate.
Baker Mayfield and the Bucks.
All right, we will not pick Monday Night Football because we will talk about that obviously on our Monday show.
Darn
right.
it. I was
It's
excited for
time
them.
for the
I'm
best,
ready.
the last but not least point of the show. It's Bets with Swaggo, hosted by a certain handsome gentleman. Apparently his there it is. Also presented by Candidates promo code BLACK 20 for 20% off. So there it is. Maddie, show is yours, my friend.
All right. That's what Swagoo is back. Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, he's big screener.
I get it, Chris. That's what Swagoo is back. We brought this up in the spring. It was a lot of fun doing the baseball and basketball, but football's our bread and butter. That's what we do. This is what we love to spend our money on, win or lose. And it is just right to have stalled it and brought it back for the football season. I'm very excited for this. Got a bunch of little bets for us. We got money lines. We got picks of the week. We got props. We got anytime touchdowns. I got a same game parlay too. So we're going to just have a lot of fun right now. Let's start with some money line bets. So this is all NFL based. So money line bets, I have Kansas City, taking the Kansas City money line. I do think they beat the Ravens today. Like I said, they are 5-1 in the Mahomes era in week 1 games. And I think that they come out victorious this week. So I'm taking Kansas City money line. I'm also taking the Buffalo Bills money line. I do think they get the job done at home against the Cardinals. The Cardinals, I think, are going to be an improved team, much improved team compared to last year. The Bills did lose a lot of players, and I do think this is going to be a close game, but I will take Josh Allen and the Bills to win that one. Easy one right here, Cincinnati over New England. I don't think it really matters who is going to quarterback New England. They have absolutely nobody. Their number 1 receiver, I believe, is Demario Douglas. It's not that he's a bad receiver. It's just that they lost Matthew Judon, and that just team is in a giant rebuild, and I love every second of it. I love this era of the Patriots football. Oh my God, I hope it doesn't go away for at least 20 years. Anyways, I'm also taking Miami's money line over Jacksonville. I think that offense shuts it down. That defense might be a little weaker than last year, but I think that high-powered offense is going to get the job done. I'm taking Houston over the Colts. I'm sorry, DJ, but I am taking Houston over the Colts. And I am also going to take Chicago to win their opener against the Titans in the Caleb Williams era. I'm taking the Chicago money line. And last but not least, Nate, Giants over the Vikings. I'm taking it.
Let's go! Yes! That's my team back. Oh, shoot. I'm going to fall off my chair. Let's go!
I think, the Giants got a tough schedule.
Screw you, Sam Darnold, you son of a gun.
Oh, it makes 2 of us.
Yeah.
Listen, I think the Giants have a real potential to start the year off 2-0. It gets very, very, very depressing after that, schedule-wise. But I think the Giants realistically could beat the Vikings. I mean, Sam Darnold's the quarterback. That defense is atrocious for the Vikings. And that defensive front is going to be just absolutely insane for the Giants. So I think they get to Darnold a lot. I think they apply a lot of pressure. When he's under pressure, we have seen what he does. He sees ghosts. So I think the Giants walk away with this one. It'll probably be a close game, but I think the Giants win. So those are my money line bets for the week. I got KC, Giants, Buffalo, Houston, Cincy, Chicago, and Miami. Some anytime touchdowns for this week. I have Christian McCaffrey. That Jets defense is the real deal. They are a championship caliber defense, but Christian McCaffrey is just a touchdown machine. You are almost wasting money by not at least throwing something down on an anytime touchdown for him. I'm also taking Breece Hall. Spoiler, he is my offensive player of the year, early candidate for the season. I think he has an amazing year with Aaron Rodgers. He had 1,600 plus scrimmage yards last year without Aaron Rodgers. I think he just absolutely just blows that number away this year. So I got Breece Hall, CMC, Saquon Barkley, Mr. Jared, and Chris over here. Saquon Barkley will score a touchdown in his debut with the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they get him working early. I think he blows through that Packers front, and I think he scores as well. Tonight's game, Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown. All I need to tell you is that Taylor Swift is going to be there. Travis Kelce will score a touchdown.
Eras Tour, baby. Eras Tour. Taylor
I also got Dalton Kincaid anytime touchdown. Buffalo offense. They lost Gabe Davis. They lost Stephon Diggs. I know they added Keon Coleman to that, but we saw Dalton Kincaid last year look pretty impressive. I think they get him working early. And Malik Neighbors anytime touchdown. I got Malik Neighbors.
This is my lucky day today. Let's go.
I got Malik Neighbors scoring anytime touchdown.
Matt shoots about 60%, which is pretty good for gamblers. So let's hope your Giants are in the 60 because.
Let's go, man. I love you, Matt. Man, you make the great picks, bro.
Listen, if Malik Neighbors is going to be that offensive rookie of the year like you think, he's got to score week 1. So that is my anytime touchdowns, my money line bets. Some props that I have. I have Saquon Barkley over 61.5 rushing yards. Green Bay has allowed 128 yards rushing last year in 2023. I think Saquon topples 61.5. I'm also going Tyreek Hill over 97.5 receiving yards. He just year in and year out just blows it away with the numbers. I think he gets 100 plus this week. Keon Coleman, anytime touchdown. I think he just makes his rookie debut known. He's the number one option right now. I think he gets it done. Anytime touchdown for him. Also, Josh Allen, I'm taking the over on his 29.5 rushing yards. That seems like a pretty gimme. And then
That's a walk-in.
That's a walk-in. And then Mr. DJ, I am taking Michael Pittman, 6+ receptions. He has averaged 5.42 in his career of games that he has been active for. This man is a PPR machine. Like, I love taking him in fantasy because he'll get you 6 or 7 points alone just from receptions. So I'm taking the 6+ receptions for Michael Pittman for that one. And then my last two for props. Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm taking over 20 yards receiving. He averaged 21.1 last year in 2023, and also a David Montgomery anytime touchdown because last year it was just a Montgomery Gibbs showdown on offense every year with the Lions. Those are my props. I do have one quick pick of the week. I apologize, DJ. It is not in your guys' favor, but I am taking my pick of the week is Houston to cover the -2.5 spread over the Colts. And my reasoning is because the Colts are 1-14-1 against the spread in week 1 matchups. So history shows take the Colts in this one for the spread. Nice. All right. Trying something new. We talked about it before. I want to try and do maybe just a random team same game parlay to end off the segment. This week, fitting for the day, I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs for a same game parlay today. I did place this one earlier. I believe it was like a plus 850 odds. So you put $10 down, you're going to win about $85. You win 95 if everything cashes out and everything like that. I am taking Patrick Mahomes 2+ passing touchdowns. He averaged about 1.69 in 2023. I think he gets 2+ tonight. I'm also taking a Kelsey anytime touchdown because, like I said, Taylor Swift is going to be in attendance. So Kelsey anytime touchdown, slam that one. Isaiah Pacheco, 3+ receptions. He averaged 3.14 last year, so I think he gets that done today. I'm also taking Mahomes 250+ passing yards. He averaged about 265 last year, but the Ravens defense is the real deal, and that secondary is good. So to play it safe, I'm going to take the 250+ and go a little under his average from last year. Rashee Rice, I'm going to take the over on the 62.5 receiving yards. No Hollywood Brown. I think he's going to be their main target and through the air, minus Travis Kelce. And if you want to, you don't have to, but I am taking the Kansas City money line because, like I said, they are 5-1 in their week 1 matchups under the Mahomes era. So that is my same game parlay. That is about a 6-leg parlay if you want the money line. If you don't want it, it's about a 5-leg. Either way, I didn't put the money line in mine, but either way, I believe it is a plus 850 odd parlay right there. So that is Bets with Swaggo debut. Comment on this. Let me know what your favorite NFL team is, and I can feature that team in next week's same game parlay matchup.
I hope someone comments the Panthers.
That'll be interesting.
That'd be fun.
All right, gentlemen, it is almost kickoff time now. Deej, we can find your amazing show at Everything High-Low Sports. You guys dropped an episode last night with you and our boy Kels. Anything else you want to add?
Sure, check that one out. Check out our socials. We made our Super Bowl predictions as well as award winners and everything in between. So be sure to check that stuff out.
That's right. Deej, you don't have to give yours away because you do yours on your show. Reason to check your show out. My prediction is I have the Texans win the AFC. The NFC came down to a 3-way coin toss where actually, ironically enough, it came down to the Eagles versus the Lions, and the Eagles got the tiebreaker after about 15 coin tosses. So give me the Eagles over the Texans for Super Bowl. Was it 58 at this point? I don't even know.
Oh, my God. Travis Kelce has a mustache.
He looks good, man. I'm excited.
Dude, I'm a Swift
man crush. All right, Chrissy, quick.
Damn right.
Chrissy, Super Bowl prediction.
Eagles, Bengals. Eagles.
All right. Maddie.
Eagles, Jets. You already know who I'm going with.
Go Jets.
Go Jets.
All right. Nate, final prediction here before we get out of here.
Oh, shit.
Giants, Chiefs.
This, I hate to say it, fudge. I don't know. This is random. Bills, Niners.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh, wow.
Definitely off script here. I like it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Korner Booth Podcast. Korner Booth Pregame. This is our week 1 preview. Obviously, our picks will be released in the following week for what we picked for our 6-pack. obviously our leaderboard as well. Shout out to DJ from Highlight Sports and Josh for rising to the occasion for coming through. Shout out to our sponsors, Cannabis.com, promo code BELLYUP 20% off. SeatGeek, promo code BELLYUP Sports for $20 off your first single purchase. And Righteous Felon, official sponsor of Chris's Penalty Box, promo code BELLYUP for 15% off at checkout. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, hope you have an amazing weekend filled with football, Thursday through Monday, starting, of course, with tonight's game of the Chiefs and Ravens, finishing with Niners and Jets on Monday. Have an amazing weekend. We will see you guys Monday for the Korner Booth podcast to get you ready for Monday night's football game, as well as go over what happened this week in the NFL. Peace.
Love you guys.